भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Namaste my dear friends. This is video number 4 on the topic of self-knowledge. In this video, I am going to start with chapter 5, Bhakti Yoga. What is Bhakti? Bhakti comes from the word bhaje, which means to be attached or devoted to. It is pure, unselfish love mixed with reverence. Bhakti is the basis of all religious life. Bhakti destroys vasanas and egoism. It is pure, unselfish love mixed with reverence. Bhakti is the basis of all religious life. Bhakti destroys vasanas and egoism. Bhakti elevates the mind to magnanimous heights. Bhakti is the master key to open the chambers of wisdom. Bhakti culminates in jnana. Bhakti begins in two and ends in one. Those who fight on the point which is superior, bhakti or jnana, are groping in darkness. They have not understood the real tattva. Prabhakti and jnana are one. Bhakti or devotion in the form of anuraga or attachment to the Lord leads to the highest good or the attainment of God realization. The stronger the attachment, the quicker the realization. Prahlada says, O Lord Hari, may I have the same sort of profound abiding love for thee which the worldly people cherish for the fleeting sensual objects of this universe. May not that bliss disappear from my heart when I think of thee. What a beautiful definition of bhakti. These thoughts have emanated from the core of Prahlada's heart. They are charged with intense feeling and devotion. It is easy to have a thing that is beautiful. God is beauty of beauties. God is the source for all beauties. God is an embodiment of undecaying beauty. So it is very easy to love God. If you are attached to a finite, perishable object as wife or son, you become miserable when your wife or son dies. But if you are attached to God, you get eternal, infinite bliss and peace. A bhakta aspires, therefore, to something imperishable and infinite. Without love, man's life is empty. Without love, man lives in vain. Love is vital. It is all pervading. Love is a great power. Love is the sap of life. Give love, it shall be given unto you. Cultivate this love through service, japa, satsanga, and meditation. Human love is all hollow. It is mere animal attraction. It is passion. It is carnal love. It is selfish love. It is ever changing. It is all hypocrisy and mere show. The wife does not care for her husband when he is in the role of unemployment. She frowns at him. The husband dislikes his wife when she loses her beauty on account of some chronic disease. You can find real, lasting love in God alone. His love knows no change. A selfish man loves his body only. Then he extends his love to his wife, children, and friends. When he evolves a bit, he begins to love his own caste people and those who belong to his own district. Afterwards, he loves people of his own province. His heart further expands. Then he loves the people of his own country. In the long run, he develops the feeling of universal brotherhood. He begins to love any man in any part of the world. Devotion is the seed, faith is the root, service of Bhagavatas is the shower, self surrender is the flower, communion with the Lord is the fruit. This is the path of Bhakti Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga, no learning, no deep erudition of Vedas is needed. What is wanted is a devotional, sincere heart. Anyone can sing or repeat his name. Tukaram was an illiterate peasant. He could not even sign his name. Through devotion and grace of Lord Krishna, he had super intuitional knowledge. His famous abhangas or songs are text for MA students in Bombay University. Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa also was an illiterate. When he lived in Dakshineswar temple, he got divine knowledge through the grace of Mother Kali and Advaita Guru Sri Swami Totapuri. From a careful study of the lives of these two saints, it is quite clear that there is the fountain of knowledge within the heart and that anyone can tap this source through sincere devotion. I bow to Lord Narayana or Lord Shiva or Lord Krishna. This is Bhakti Yoga. I am the self in all. This is Jnana Yoga. Men in their social and domestic relation develops love, affection, prema, preeti, admiration, reverence, awe, and other sentiments. This cannot serve the purpose of life. It is only when one develops devotion or bhakti for God that one's real purpose of life is gained. Devotion is the consummation of the above emotions. He does not practice Pratyahara. He tries to get himself drowned in the prema of the Lord. He attempts to fix his mind either at his lotus feet or charming face. Consequently, Pratyahara follows unconsciously. A Raja Yogi practices Pratyahara deliberately. A Jnana Yogi does not practice Pratyahara but tries to identify himself with the hidden self in all objects. He tries to remove the veil that covers the Atman within the objects by force of Vedantic Nididhyasana. He negates the names and forms and identifies himself with the all pervading hidden consciousness. A sage says this world has come out of Ananda, bliss. It subsists in Ananda and it dissolves in Ananda. A devotee says this world has come out of love, it subsists in love and it dissolves in love. In Ananda, love is hidden. The sage loves his own Atman, he is devoted to his Atman. In love, Ananda is hidden. The devotee loves his beloved and dances in joy. Dvaita, dualism, Visishta Dvaita, qualified monism are different stages or different rungs in the philosophical ladder. The highest summit is the Advaita, the realization of Dvaitins, and Visishta Advaitins is also quite true and correct from their standpoints. A little more sadhana and understanding will make them land in pure Advaitic realization. In Bhakti Yoga, there are three things which lover, beloved, and love. As soon as the lover knows that he is identical with the beloved, there is an end for Bhakti. Jnana dawns, duality vanishes, who is to love whom now. According to Advaita Vedanti, devotion is constant thinking on the formula I am He or I am Brahma. A Bhakta says, get knowledge of God first, then only will get prema, love or devotion for Him. A Jnani says, in the other way, knowledge is the fruit of bhakti or devotion. Perfect knowledge is all love, perfect love is all knowledge. Just as the taking of food brings tushti, satisfaction, pushti, nourishment for the body, and cessation of hunger, so also bhakti brings vairagya and jnana at the same time. Bhakti destroys egoism and vasana just as the fire destroys the wood. The bhaktas do not care for mukti even. They prefer always to talk with each other about the Lord, to serve the Bhagavatas, the poor and the sick, to sing his name and glories, to do prostrations unto him, to sacrifice everything unto him, to take him as their supreme goal, and to do unconditional, unreserved self surrender unto him. Mukti comes to them unasked. Mukti is their handmaid. The vibhutis of the Lord, siddhis and riddhis are theirs, though they do not want them. Unswerving bhakti or devotion to the Lord and the company of Bhagavatas are the means to attain supreme bliss. Puja is worship of the Lord. This is upasana which helps the devotees to sit near the Lord or to commune with Him. It purifies the heart and steadies the mind. It fills the mind with Sudha Bhava and Prema or pure love for the Lord. It gradually transmutes man into divine being. Have intense love towards Lord Krishna's name. Bhagwan Nam Prem. All your miseries will come to an end. Draupadi took refuge in his name when she was in great distress. The Lord saved her. Faith or bhakti in Hari alone can bring salvation. Build up a golden temple within your heart. Lord Krishna wants your sincere devotion only. God is love. Love redeems, unifies, and elevates. Love is represented by the gift. Joy is represented by singing. There is no virtue higher than love. There is no treasure higher than love. There is no dharma higher than love. There is no religion higher than love. Because love is God and God is love. Love purifies, love transmutes, love redeems, love subdues. Therefore, kindle the light of love in your heart, O beloved Prem. There is no power greater than love. Out of love, the formless Brahman takes the form of Lord Hari with four hands to please his devotees. The Lord runs after his devotees with food and water in his hands, even into the forest. It was love that forced Lord Buddha, Lord Jesus, Eknath, and many other saints to teach the secrets of scriptures to mankind. Love is a magic rod in the hands of devotee. He wields it in a majestic manner and brings the whole world under his sway. He who is endowed with pure love is the real emperor of the three worlds. Prema is intense, selfless, pure love to the Lord. Prema is concentrated love. Prema brings the devotee face to face with the Lord. Bhakti culminates in prema. Prema is divine nectar. Prema destroys pains and sorrows and makes one immortal, blissful, and peaceful. It is very difficult to describe the nature of prema. You will have to experience it yourself, cultivate it through japa, samran, kirtan, satsanga, prayer, service of devotees, and study of the Ramayana, the Bhagavata, etc. Love is religion is a science. It is the outpouring of the heart of devotee on his beloved. It is the natural outcome of a devotee when he is freed from the impurities and distractions of his mind. There is ananda in love. Love is a mysterious divine force that transforms man into divinity. It is the love which sets up a real communion with the Lord. The tendency to love is natural and is implanted in the hearts of all persons. There is in fact no person of any kind who has not a natural aptitude to love and to be moved by love. You will have to develop this natural emotion of love to a considerable degree. You must purify it by destroying selfishness of all sorts. You must make it universal. The world the world's need today is the message of love. Kindle the light of love in your heart. Love all, include all creatures in the warm embrace of your love. Nations can be united by pure love only. World war can be put to end by mutual love only. The League of Nations cannot do much. Love is a mysterious divine glue that unites the hearts of all. It is a divine magical healing's balm of very high potency. Charge every action with pure love. Kill cunningness, greed, crookedness, and selfishness. It is extremely cruel to take away the lives of others by using poisonous gas. This is a capital sin. The scientist who prepares the gas in the laboratory will be punished by the Lord. Forget not the day of judgment. What will you say to the Lord then? O ye mortals who run after power, dominions, and wealth, have a clean conscience, and loving heart. You will enter the kingdom of God. Develop universal love. This will help you to live peacefully with all men and all creatures. Love and peace are inseparable. Wherever there is love, there is peace, and wherever there is peace, there is love. Develop a heart that will burst into tears of joy at the name of the Lord. Allow the waves of love to arise constantly in your heart. Feel the warmth of the divine embrace. Bask in the sunshine of divine love. Task the bliss of the eternal. Drink deep the nectar of divine love. Do you really want God? You really you really thirst for his darshan? Have you got real spiritual hunger? You may deliver thrilling lectures on bhakti. You may write several volumes on bhakti yoga, and yet you may not possess a grain of devotion. He who thirsts for darshan of God will develop love unto him. He will reveal himself. God is a question of supply and demand. If there is sincere demand for God, the supply will come at once. In Bhakti Marga, five things are indispensably requisite. 1. Bhakti should be a Niskamya type. 2. It should be Avyabhicharini, Avibhicharini. Also 3. It should be Sadat, continuous. 4. The aspirant should have complete Sadachara, right conduct. 5. The aspirant should be very serious and must in right earnest do the practices. Then realization comes quickly. Without chart or compass, it is very difficult to run a ship in the ocean. Even so, it is very difficult to have a safe voyage in this ocean of samsara without a disciplined or well regulated life, without right conduct and devotion to the Lord. Language of love is the language of tears. Bathe the lotus feet of the Lord constantly with your tears of repentance. Viraha and prema, viraha and prema in the temple of your heart. You will meet now your beloved. You will enjoy now the bliss of communion with the Lord. Even for a quarter of a second, the time taken for the eyelids to close and open, if your mind does not run away from the lotus feet of the Lord, that is, if your devotion is like Teladhara, flow of oil, at all times you will have the whole wealth of the three worlds at your disposal. The Lord gives a promise to this effect definitely. He will follow such a devotee wherever he goes. He wears the dust of his feet as his tilak on his forehead. Sudama came to see Lord Krishna, his friend. Lord Krishna was talking to Radha. As Sudama was clad in rags, he was hesitating to enter the palace. The god informed Lord Krishna, O Lord, a poor Brahmin named Sudama who is clothed in rags is awaiting at the gate of the palace. Sri Krishna did not allow the god to talk a word more. The word Sudama was enough. He ran out of the room barefooted, crying, Oh, my dear Sudama, my sweet friend. Radha was a bit annoyed because Sri Krishna left the room abruptly without telling her a word even. Krishna came inside the palace in a few minutes with Sudama. He noticed that Radha was in a sorrowful mood. He knew the cause. He said to her, Dear Radha, forgive me, I am the slave of my devotees. I love them more than my very self. Lord Krishna seated Sudama in his own seat and snatched the parcel of baked rice from Sudama as he was feeling shy to give this poor present. Here, Rukmani should be instead of Radha because Radha was there in Vrindavana, but here in the palace, Rukmani was the consort of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna put into his mouth the baked rice and said in a rapturous ecstasy, O Radha, here Rukmani, never, never before did I taste such a palatable thing. When you have made a strong resolve to do japa or meditation for 1 or 2 hours, you must do it slowly with devotion. You must not hurry up quickly with an agitated mind thinking of some other work, just as the contractor of a building hurries up his work with bad materials and deceives the landlord. You cannot deceive God. You will deceive yourself. You will not get the full benefit of japa and dhyana. Constancy in worship of God is called nishtha. The devotee gets himself well established in his devotion to the Lord. The devotee gets as asakti or attachment to the Lord when he progresses in his devotion and consequent depth of meditation. Sing the names of the Lord, sing his qualities, remember him, meditate on his qualities. This is the essence of Bhakti Yoga. When you have perfect devotion and love towards God, Purna Prema, the whole world will be under your control. Different kinds of bhakti. If the devotee loves God for some time and loves his wife, son, money, house, cattle, and property also, it is Vyabhicharani Bhakti. The love is divided. A portion of the mind is given to God. The remaining portion is given to family and possessions. What is Vyabhicharani Bhakti? It is undivided love. The devotee loves God and God alone. His mind is ever fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord alone. The whole mind, heart, and soul are given to God. This is Vyabhicharani Bhakti. If you entertain devotion for getting wealth, son, or removal of disease, it is Sakamya Bhakti or Hetuka Bhakti or Gauna Bhakti, secondary devotion. If you do not want anything from God save His devotion or prema, it is Niskamya Bhakti or a Hetuka Bhakti or Ragat Ragatmika Bhakti or Mukhya Bhakti, primary devotion. When a devotee has devotion for Lord Hari, Lord Shiva, Devi, Rama, Krishna, and thinks that Lord Hari is Shiva, Rama, Devi, or Krishna, this is Sansara Bhakti. He has equal vision. This is also the advanced stage of devotion. He makes no difference between Rama and Krishna, between Shiva and Hari, between Krishna and Devi. He knows and feels that Radha, Sita, and Durga are inseparable Shaktis of Lord Krishna, Rama, and Shiva. When your wife is young and beautiful, you admire her curly hair, rosy cheeks, fine nose, shining akin and silvery teeth. When she loses her beauty on account of some chronic incurable malady, you are not attracted towards her. You marry a second wife. If you had loved your wife with Atma Bhava, if you had a comprehensive understanding that the self in you and your wife is the same, your love for her would have been pure, unselfish, lasting, undecaying, and unchanging. Just as you love old sugar candy more and more, so also you would love your wife more and more, even when she becomes old, as you have Atma Bhava through Jnana. Jnana will only intensify prema and make it pure. The aspirant who worships the idol in the beginning beholds the Lord everywhere and develops Prabhakti. From Vidhi Bhakti, he passes on the Raga, Mika Bhakti or Prema Bhakti. He beholds the whole world as the Lord. The ideas of good and bad, right and wrong, rogue, etc. vanish. He sees the Lord in a rogue, ant, dog, tree, dacoit, cobra, scorpion, log of wood, block of stone, sun, moon, stars, fire, water, earth, etc. His vision or experience baffles description. Glory to such exalted bhaktas who are veritable gods on this earth, who lives to lift others from the quagmire of samsara and save them from the clutches of death. When Bhagavata Dharma, that which takes you to the Lord, that which enables you to kill your vasanas, egoism, likes and dislikes, is Bhagavata Dharma. That which frees you from the round of births and deaths, that which makes you fearless, desireless, and eyeless, is Bhagavata Dharma. That which fills your heart with devotion to Lord Krishna, that which enables you to behold the one supreme tattva, Lord Krishna, everywhere is Bhagavata Dharma. He who sees Narayana only everywhere, who has reduced all things to one, who sees all things in Narayana, who feels his presence everywhere, who has the feelings of oneness, who has melted all differences by looking into the unity at the back of all differences, has surely attained perfection. He enjoys perfect peace and bliss. He is a perfect Siddha. He is a perfect Jivan Mukta. The trees, flowers, fire, earth, water, sky, sun, moon, stars, animals, birds, mountains, rivers, oceans, human beings constitute the body of the Lord. You should bow to them all without distinction. You should regard them as God Himself. Then only you will have a equal vision and cosmic law. Then only you can find peace. Then only you will find heaven on earth. Sri Tulsidas says Sri Sitaram is everywhere. The world is full of Sitaram. Therefore, bow with folded hands to each and every object. This is worship of Virat. Prahlada meditated on his own self as Lord Hari. This is Abheda Bhakti. This is the advanced stage of devotion. Bhava in Bhakti. In Bhakti Yoga, there are five kinds of bhava, mental attitudes, which Santa Bhava, Madhurya Bhava, Vatsalya Bhava, Dasya Bhava and Sakhya Bhava. Madhurya Bhava is also known as Kanta Bhava. Sakhya Bhava comes under the category of Madhurya Bhava. Select any Bhava that suits your temperament and develop Bhakti to a maximum degree. Sannyasi Bhaktas have Shanta Bhava. A Bhakta of Shanta Bhava type is not emotional. He does not exhibit much emotions. He cannot dance and weep, and yet his heart is full of intense devotion. Sri Aurobindo Maharaj prefers this type and considers dancing and weeping as a kind of weakness. In Madhurya Bhava, the Bhaktas entertain the idea of lover and the beloved. He regards himself as the wife of Rama or Krishna. The, Moh- the Mohammedan Sufis also entertain this kind of mental attitude. In Vrindavan, Madhura, and Nadiad, you will find a large number of bhaktas with Madhurya Bhava. They dress themselves like ladies and bhavas and speak exactly like ladies also. They dance a lot till they get murcha avastha, swoon, and fall down in great exhaustion. In Sakhi Bhava, the devotee thinks that he is Sakhi, fellow mate of Shiva, Sita, or Radha. In Vatsalya Bhava, the devotees take Lord Krishna as his son, a boy of 10 years. The attractive features of this bhava is that devotees get rid of all fears as he is the father of Krishna and destroys all kinds of selfish motives as he cannot expect anything from his small son. The followers of Vallabhacharya entertain Vatsalya Bhava. In Dasya Bhava, the devotee thinks that he is the servant and Lord Krishna or Rama is his master. Sri Hanumana had this bhava. In Ayodhya, the vast majority of persons have this bhava. They have their names as Ramdas, Sita, Ram, Das, etc. In Sankhya Bhava, the devotee takes Lord Krishna as his friend. This bhava demands purity, boldness, understanding, and courage. Ordinary people will find it difficult to have this bhava. But when bhakti develops and matures, the bhava comes by itself. Arjuna had this bhava. There is equality in this bhava between the worshipper and the worshipped. Sankhya bhava is a mild type of Vedantic meditation. It will culminate in identity. When the devotee says, Gopaloham, I am Gopala, Parabhakti. You can have darshan of Lord Shiva in this very life. Many have realized. You can also realize what another has achieved can be achieved by you also. There is no doubt of this. Ask not for any boon from him. Whenever there is asking for boon, there is no real devotion. It becomes mercenary. It becomes shopkeeping or business. You should not trade with God. Love Him for love's sake. Have absolute niskamya, ananya bhakti. Do not ask for mukti. Even mukti is made servant of queen devotion. It comes by itself. Mere darshan alone of the tutelary deity will not suffice. Knowledge of the self is also necessary. Namdev had darshan of Lord Krishna several times and yet he was not a fully developed sage. Once Gora, a saintly potter, tapped the head of Namdeva in a gathering of devotees and pronounced that he was kacha or half-baked. Then Namdeva approached a Vedantin, Vishobha Kesar, in the temple of Mallikarjun for initiation into the mysteries of Kaivalya. Namdev found Vishobha Kesar in the temple in a strange posture. Kesar was in a meditative mood. He was lying down and stretching his feet on the Shiva Lingam. Namdeva said, "O Venerable Swamiji, why dost thou lie with thy feet on the Shivalingam?" Kesar replied, "Please place my feet on that place where there is no Shivalingam." Namdeva tried to keep the feet in several places, but he found a Shiva Lingam Wherever he took the fit, Namdeva was struck with wonder. He prostrated at the feet of Kesar and beseeched him to initiate him into the mysteries of Atman. Namdeva returned to Pandaharpur with the knowledge of the self. Now only he became Pakka or fully baked, that is, attained perfection or highest knowledge. God, the individual soul, and would our world are really unity. Their seeming separateness is but an illusion. Melt all illusory differences. Remove all barriers that separate man from man. Realize the underlying unity and be free. Prahlada prays to Lord Hari from the bottom of the heart. O Lord, in whatever birth I may pass, let me have unswerving devotion to thy lotus feet. The world needs today such devotees to disseminate bhakti throughout the length and breadth of the land. When the heart is purified, the mind is naturally turned towards God. The aspirant is attracted towards God. Eventually, he is absorbed in the Lord through pure love, self surrender, and worship. The Bhakta now becomes a cosmic entity. He has cosmic life, he has one continuous life. The individuality becomes a cosmic entity. What is jnana? To see threads in cloth, clad in pots and jars, gold in ornaments, iron in various kinds of implements, wood in chairs, benches, and doors is jnana. To see God or Atma in every living being and to feel that God is seated in your heart and in the hearts of all is jnana. Vasudeva Sarvam iti. Bhakti when it gets ripe brings jnana. When bhakti gets matured, jnana drowns by itself. The fruit of ananya bhakti is jnana. Upasana is of two kinds, viz. Pratiksha Pasana and Aham Grahapasana. In the first kind, Pratika or symbol is used for meditation. In the second kind, Pratika or symbol is used for his very self as the object of meditation. The previous one is the Bhakta's method. The latter one belongs to the non-dual Vedantins. One who has outgrown the first kind of upasana is recommended to take up the higher Aham Brahmopasana, wherein he meditates on his own Atman as his own pure self. Jnana is the fruit of bhakti. Bhakti destroys hatred, jealousy, lust, anger, and greed, fills the heart with divine love, and removes all barriers that separate man from man. When this is done, the aspirant beholds oneness everywhere, realizes unity of the self, and experiences the cosmic vision which is beyond description. Devotion to Atma is bhakti. According to Advaita Vedanta, this is the highest bhakti. This includes Prema Bhakti, Para Bhakti, Apara Bhakti. An Advaita Vedantin is a worshipper of Lord Shiva, Hari, Rama, Krishna, Durga, Gayatri, Allah, Jiva, etc. He is not a sectarian bhakta. His heart is expanded ad infinitum. Devotion to Atma is the highest form of bhakti. This is known as Paramarthika Bhakti. The Jnana Yogi student worships his own self as Atman. I am Sat Chit Ananda Akhanda Pripurna Brahma. Is there any devotion greater than this? Prahlada, the noble son of Hiranyakashipu, meditated through his pure mind and enjoyed bliss in the supreme differenceless Nirvikalpa Samadhi. He seated himself statue-like in Nirvikalpa Samadhi for 5,000 years. Feel his presence everywhere. Strive ceaselessly to fix your mind in the Lord. Try constantly to behold your beloved in all these forms. Silently repeat his names. Sometimes sing his names. Silently do kirtan. Melt the mind in him, rejoice in silence in him. Feel all along that the body is a moving temple of God. Your office or business house, a big temple or Vrindavan, and every activity such as walking, eating, breathing, seeing, hearing, reading, etc. are offerings unto the Lord. Work is worship, work is meditation. When done in the right spirit, work for work's sake, without any motive, without the idea of agency. I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, and without expectation of fruits. Feel that you are an instrument in the hands of God and that He works through your organs. Feel also that this world is a manifestation of the Lord or Viswa, Vrindavan, and your children, wife, father, mother, and other relations are the images or children of the Lord. See God in every face and in every object. If you develop this changed angle of vision and divine bhava by protracted and constant practice, all actions will become puja or worship of the Lord. This is quite sufficient. You will have God realization soon. This is dynamic yoga. This is an easy sadhana. Hereafter, do not bring your old lame excuses. Swamiji, I have no time to do spiritual practices. Even if you practice this dynamic yoga for 3 months, you will become an entirely changed being altogether. Realize right now your identity and intimate relationship with all beings, with ants and dogs, elephants and tigers, Muslims and Hindus, Jews and Christians. There is only a degree of difference in manifestation or expression. All forms belong to God or Saguna Brahma. When you look at a tree or a shrub or a Sikh or a Muslim, endeavor to behold the veil of form, the real hidden consciousness. If you do this for some time, you will feel inexpressible joy. All hatred will cease. You will develop cosmic love or unity of consciousness. This will be a magnanimous experience. Kabir says, what is the use of ablutions and cleaning of teeth, and what avail prostrations at the mosque? With deceit in heart are offered prayers. What then avails a journey to Makkah? Hindus fast on 24 Ekadasi days. The Muslims fast on 30 days. But pray, enlighten me, who passed over 11 months and made only 1 month his own. Hari is made to dwell in the east, Allah in the west, but seek him in your heart. You will find him there, both Karim and Rama. If God is only in the mosque, to whom does the country outside belong? Rama is supposed to be in pilgrim places and in his images, but they have found him in neither yet. Who said that the Vedas and the Quran are false? They are so to those who do not think. Within all bodies there is but one and no second. Man or woman, they are but the form. Kabir is but a child of Allah, Rama, and he is his Guru and Peer alike. Pure love only can remove all barriers that separate man from man. Pure love only can eradicate all sorts of unreasonable dislikes and prejudices, intolerance, hatred, etc. Pure love only can unite a Jew and a Christian, a Hindu and a Muslim, a Catholic and a Protestant, a Brahmin and a non-Brahmin, a Vaishnavite and a Saivite, Samajist and Sanatanist, a Ramanandi and a Sakta, a German and a Englishman, a Sannyasi and a Vairagi, a Chinman and Japanese, on a Chinaman and a Japanese, on a common platform in the core of hearts also. The aspirant gradually begins to feel that the Lord he worships is in the idol, in the hearts of all creatures, and in all the names and forms of this universe. He begins to feel his presence everywhere. He who sees the Lord in the idol only is a bhakta of an inferior type. He who beholds the Lord in the bhaktas only and at the same time who has the notion he is a bad man, he is not a devotee, is a bhakta of the middling type. He who sees the Lord only everywhere, who sees the whole world as Lord Krishna Vasudeva Sarvam Iti, is a bhakta of the first class type. Just as sugar pervades the sweet meat, so also God pervades the whole world. The whole world is contained in the Lord. The first mantra of Isa Vasya Upanishad is Isa Vasham Idam Sarvam. This world is indwelt by the Lord. Negate the drishya, names and forms, and behold in its place Lord Hari everywhere. Forget the body, forget environments. Live in the one consciousness of Lord Hari alone. This is Buddha Samadhi. The Lord abides in every creature. Behold the Lord in all objects, in all manifestations. He is in the breath, in the voice, in all eyes. He in your eyes. He is the life of your life, soul of your soul. Make no distinction between a Hindu and a Muslim, a Protestant and a Catholic, a Sevite and a Westernite. When you come across a beggar in rags, bow before him with folded hands. However distorted the image may be, it is the image of the Lord. When Rama asked Hanuman as what he thought of him, Hanuman said, when I think I am body, I am thy servant, O Lord. When I feel I am Jiva, I am your part. When I feel I am Atman, you and I are one. The advanced Bhakta merges himself in his beloved. He sinks his personality in his object of adoration and worships his Ishtam. He plunges deep into the divine being. He dives deep into the ocean of divine bliss. He sees nothing around him but him alone. The whole world appears to him as a manifestation of God. He talks to a tree, a flower, a dog. O Krishna, O Lord, I see thee in all these forms. The whole world is Vrindavan for him. Viswa Vrindavan. Hari is in water, Hari is in the earth, Hari is in the air, Hari is in the fan, Hari is in the mind. Hari is in the walking stick, Hari is in the milk. The whole universe is full of Hari. The fine cool breeze sings beautiful songs of true love to you, but you are too deep to hear them. Each little storm shouts Hari Hari to you, but you are unable to hear. A real devotee of Lord Krishna sees Krishna and Krishna alone in the whole world. He has a new yogic eyes, a new spiritual vision. Turn your heart towards the lotus feet of the Lord. The veil of ignorance will be drawn aside. You will behold a resplendent vision which no one can describe. O child of the eternal, O nectar sun, hear the eternal music of the soul, hear the voice from every object. The glittering stars, the blue sky, the effulgent sun, the murmuring brooks, the waves of the ocean, the smiling flowers, the snowy peaks and of the Himalayas, all whisper to you, God is here. Behold the divine radiance glowing amidst all objects of the world. Dwell cosmic love. O man, where do you search for God? All these forms are manifestations of the Lord. See the Lord in these forms. If you serve all beings with Narayana Bhava, you really serve the Lord. Service of humanity is service of the Lord. Service of humanity is really worship of your tutelary deity, Ishta Devata. If you cannot love and serve these manifestations of the Lord or visible gods, how will you be able to serve and love the unseen? If you want to enjoy really the supreme bliss of the non dual self, if you want to become a real practical Advaita Vedantin or a sage, try to comfort the sorrowful, help the poor, heal or nurse the sick. Can anyone of who attempts to behold or realize the one self hidden in all beings keep quiet without serving the humanity? All forms are the manifestations of the one Supreme Lord. All bodies belong to Him. When you shampoo the legs of a sick person, remember that you are shampooing the legs of the Lord, the legs of Virat or Saguna Brahma. Serve the animals also, develop compassion and love for all creatures. How can you worship God who is in all creatures unless you honor and respect everybody? Treat everybody with respect. View all with an equal eye. Do virtuous actions. Behold the Lord in all beings. Bow to all beings. Have intense and exclusive devotion for the Lord. Center your thoughts exclusively on Him. Desire nothing, not even moksha. You will soon overcome death and reach the fearless abode of eternal bliss and supreme peace. Brahman is like the sun, Ganga, and the mangoes tree. Sun sheds its light on the wicked and the virtuous. A rogue and a saint can drink the water of the Ganga. The mango tree gives its fruit both for the caretaker and the man who cuts its branches. Develop equal vision. Samdrishti like the sun, the Ganga, and the mango tree. Though names and forms are different, the underlying substance or essence is one and the same. All these names and forms are hanging or floating in this essence. Hence, we are all united at the common base. Universal brotherhood aims at the establishment of this unity only. It lifts the individual to a non-dual state and brings Advaitic feelings, Brahmic consciousness, love and serve thy neighbor gladly and willingly give to others of what you most desire for yourself. This will develop cosmic love, unity and equal vision in you. You will soon attain Brahmajnana, wisdom of the self. You will soon see the self in all beings and all beings in the self, Samya Drishti. Just as mother who has lost her 9 sons loves her only son immensely, so also you will have to develop boundless love for all beings. This is the highest qualification for an aspirant. The astral body of one who has this boundless love will shine with fine, brilliant, lustrous color. There will be a glow of ineffable splendor. Be kind to all, love all, never hurt the feelings of others, be one with all, destroy clean, cleanly, cleanliness, serve all, respect all, share with others whatever you possess, physical, mental, and spiritual. Take the whole world as the form of Narayana. Anek Savrupa Rupaya Visanve Prabha Visanve. Bow before the world and everybody with folded hands. Give up the ideas of barber, washerman, cobbler, etc. Barber is Narayana, cobbler is Narayana. Bow with folded hands before a squanger and feel that you are actually bowing to Lord Narayana. Those who are shy can bow mentally. The former one is the best practice to develop equal vision. By the former practice, you can experience the essence of Vedanta, Jnana, Samadrishtva, the spirit of equality. You may be prepared to give up your life for a good cause. You should be prepared to give up your life for sake of your enemy even. Then only you can realize unity. Even if a man hates you, you must love him. You must love all. You must love a thief, a drunkard, a rogue, and a vagabond. Just as perfume emanates from jasmine, the sweet perfume of love should emanate from you and flow towards all in all directions. Then only it is termed universal love or cosmic love, Viswa Prema. Then only you will have an expanded heart. The Ganga gives you always cool, pure water. It does not expect anything from you in return. The sun sheds its light to all without anticipating any reward. Derive lessons from them. Always give, ask nothing in return. Expect nothing in return. Do not expect even appreciation, approbation, or recognition. Vibrate joy all around. Radiate cheerfulness on all sides. Feel the unity or oneness with all. Love all, give. Sing with the birds. laugh with the sun, smile with the blue, expansive sky, the visible representative of Akhanda Brahma. Chant Om with murmuring Ganga and the blowing breeze. Roar with the thunder, dance with the trees, breathe with the trees and flowers, enjoy the Upanishadic beauty and feeling in the utterance. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. All indeed is Brahma. Expand, grow, grow. You cannot remove ignorance through karma because karma is not the opposite of ignorance or its enemy or antidote. It is knowledge alone that can dispel ignorance. Just as heat removes shivering from cold, so also the fire of knowledge destroys ajnana. Therefore, exert to get knowledge of unity. Brotherhood bhava leads to the attainment of Vedantic unity or oneness in the long run. Every act of purification in any sect or community promotes the well being of the whole of which they form a part and therefore desire encouragement. A jnani is only an ideal karma yogi. A jnani only can perform actions with perfect niskamya spirit. See how Raja Janka lived. He lived the life of a practical Vedantin while ruling the kingdom. You cannot conceive of any man busier than Raja Janka. He was ruling over millions of people and yet he was a sage, a deep thinker, a profound philosopher and a practical Vedantin. He had no attachment to his property or body or his family people. He shared what he had with others. He moved with all. He had equal vision and a balanced mind. He led a very busy life amidst luxuries. He was not a bit affected by external influences. He always kept up a serene mind. He had discussion with various sages on transcendental matters. That is the reason why he still lives in our hearts and why even in this Kali Yuga, see how the veteran Niskamya Karma Yogi and the seeker of truth Mahatma Gandhi lives. The sun, the flowers, the Ganga, the sandal, the fruit bearing trees and cows all teach Vedanta only to the world. They live for serving humanity in all selfless spirit. The sun radiates its lights alike over a cottage of a peasant and a palace of Maharaja. The flowers wept through fragrance to all without expecting anything. The cool, refreshing water of the Ganga is drunk by all. The sandal tree wafts its aroma even towards the man who cuts it with an axe. All fruit bearing trees behave in the same manner. They please the gardener who nourishes them as well as the man who cuts them. The cows live to nourish the babies, the children, the invalids, and convalescents. Imagine for a moment when the world is devoid of cows for 6 months or the race of cows has become extinct. How miserable and weak you will become. The world will abound with anemic patients. O selfish, ignorant men, learn lessons from these practical Vedantins and become wise. At this stage I complete this video. Thank you for watching this video. Namaskar my dear friends. Namaste. Next video number 5 I will start with who is a devotee. Thank you. Namaste.